Hey everybody, welcome back to another late night cast. This is Capt Brutality here, and this is episode 3. And this episode is going to be about the supernatural. As you can see right above my head here, you know, that's basically a picture. I took a picture of the insane asylum. It's just a ghost right in the window. When you see in the circle, I thought it was fake too. I thought it was my phone having a malfunction, but you know. It turned my mind a little bit on ghost events and supernatural and aliens and mythical creatures and all that type of shit. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that up there so you guys can get to embrace that shit. But other than that, right now apparently, so far the only one that's joining me tonight is DoMo. Or sorry. I'm sorry. I did not say it correctly. DoMo. I gotta somehow get over here and just hit accept. There we go. There she is.
Hello.
Hey, and there she is. But yeah, this night is just all about supernatural. The supernatural. Could be, like you said, paranormal, ghost events, aliens, mythical creatures like fuck Bigfoot for God's sake.
I love Bigfoot. Oh man.
Yeah, it could be anything. That's why I put it as supernatural. Is when you told me the other night about paranormal. I mean, it was a good topic. See, paranormal. I mean, I don't believe anything paranormal because I really don't. Until this picture above me. So this picture above me, which you don't see, you won't see it until that video comes out. But
no, but I've seen it. You showed it to me before.
Yeah. So you know, already know what picture I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking
You
about.
know exactly what
picture. It still just blows my mind a little bit. I still think it's fake slightly. But
I think it's fake too because I think it's a government malfunction. That's what I think it is. Now, of course, Captain Brutality is bringing everything government related in.
Oh yeah, a glitch in the Matrix.
Seems like that new Matrix movie coming out. But yeah, we're going to see how much people come fast me late in this. Probably because it's supernatural. I'm like, oh, I don't understand that word. I don't understand. Well, I mean, Local probably does. Local's pretty educated. I mean, but the other guys. Actually, I can't say that to Try. Try's pretty educated, too. He likes supernatural shit. He is the ghost. I mean, fuck, he is the ghost. That's what he said in the last episode.
He is the supernatural.
he said that in the last episode. I watched the last late night cast, and it just went right up to the end, and it's like, I am the ghost. But anyways, have you encountered any ghostly events?
Oh my god, so many times. Like, I have stories for days. That's the thing. I remember, what was it? Just going into my attic, which was like my living room when I was a child in high school and stuff like that. I'd go in there and chill, and I have to turn off the light before I leave the room. And as one night I closed the door and I heard a man's voice. Like, there was no one around me. My parents were like a floor below me. There was like no one else around me or anything like that. It was just completely silence, and it was just like, good night. And I was like, what the fuck? And I like ran into my room, and I'm like, holy shit.
Good night, DoMo.
Oh man, and I got there was another time I'm just sitting on the couch, and there's another like love seat like across from me. I'm just chilling watching TV, and there's no wind, no nothing going on, hot as hell, and then all of a sudden a pillow, you know, all of a sudden just falls off the couch. You know when you have those decorative couches when you got like the decorative pillows, jammed in
Old
there,
lady.
like it's stuck in there. Yeah, it's like stuck in there.
Crumbs
and it's like
and all that crap.
Yeah, it's not hard just to be like bloop, you know, just for a heavy ass pillow just to fall on the ground. And that thing like tumbled, and I'm just like looking around like, really? You gonna pick that shit up?
See, I never encountered, like, besides the 2 pictures I showed you, in which, I mean, they'll see it right above my head, I'm telling you! But yeah, it's just, the only encounter I think I encountered, but I kind of think I'm just losing my mind, is that, so I walk into a room, turn on the light, do something, walk out of the room, come back to the room, how's the light off? How does that light off right now? I'm like, did I shut that off? Or is that actually like a supernatural? Is an alien in the house? A ghost or whatever? Speaking about a ghost, we have a ghost who wants to fucking, he has a lot of experience with the ghosting things. It's Trifesta. Trifesta, if you want to join in, just what is that called, John?
That's debatable. The hand thingy.
Yeah, that thing. Yeah.
There we go.
Just wave at me. Yeah. He should be connecting soon. I think he's got a hit invite on the top of his screen.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
it's
forgot that. I had
just.
to do that too.
But yeah, it's just. I don't know. That was my like. And sometimes like I'll be sitting in a room like, what if that door just slowly move? It like, either moves slowly open or slowly moves closed. I'm like, Ariel! And then Ariel comes up behind me, Ariel! And I look at my foot, and all my foot's over here. Yes.
Yeah, I think that a lot. Like when things move around in the house and whatnot, I'm like, damn it, cats, or damn it, dogs, or even the guinea pig. But I realized that they weren't even in the area, like at the time of it happening. Like living on the East Coast, living in Massachusetts, even places in like Minnesota, like it's super haunted. I lived in a house that, had a suspicion of a doctor who like used to own that house back in the day, and he used to bring his work to home because the basement was a giant basement. I mean, they turned it into like a basement with like different rooms and stuff like that, with with the garage and laundry room, movie room, whatever it is. But there was a drain. I remember there was always a drain, just like right in the middle of the room. And sometimes you just get that really dark feeling like, hey, I really shouldn't be here right now. Anytime I went downstairs, that's the feeling I got. Any single time.
Well, I feel like that every time I go in the dark, whether I'm outside in the woods, going down to the living room, going down to the kitchen with no lights on, tripping down the steps, stepping on my dog in the dark. I always feel like somebody's watching me or somebody's in the dark. But no, it turns out if you have the lights on and you see somebody, that's more scarier than what's in the dark. Because the dark hides everything.
Oh, there's always something in the dark. It's called darkness.
No, it's called air or dust,
Called the homeless.
Well, that's if you're in a fucking like a broke ass city.
No. The homeless you usually don't even see in the daytime, like when it's bright outside. That's why they're homeless.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
I remember living in Massachusetts, I had to walk through, like, this pathway, which is through this creepy-ass fucking forest to and from work, to get to the bus stop at the time. And, some nights, when it's pitch black, walking through the woods, and by yourself, it's okay. Sometimes it's okay. I just have my little phone flashlight, and I'm walking there, and pitch black, and I'm like, okay, I could do this. This isn't a bad deal. And then the other nights, you just have this feeling like something bad's gonna happen, like something definitely is watching. You can feel eyes of some sort watching you.
I mean, hell, I feel that in the daytime. Fuck, I could walk into a bad neighborhood. Oh fuck, something bad's gonna happen.
Hey, if you ever walk into a bad neighborhood, you just act crazy. That's it. They'll leave you alone.
Well, I always would think that with a demon too. And you just act crazy. I'm like, oh god, I don't want to fuck with this live guy.
Not necessarily. I mean, if it's a demon per se, then they're gonna go for the weakest person. Just to
the person with more fear, or the child, or the baby.
Well, you see, that's the thing.
Dog.
Scientific stuff. When you act crazy, just like when people act drunk, it does let off some of the chemicals in your brain that make you feel better. The thing about that is, if you act crazy because you think you're being followed by a demon, the demon would more than likely be like, alright, he's good, he's with us already.
See, that's what I'm saying, right? That is exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, yeah, he's with us. He's already crazy. He's saluting Hitler. Hitler is
the same as going into
friend,
a bad neighborhood. If you act like you belong there, like you're fucking crazy or on drugs or some shit, they'll be like, alright, he's normal here.
Oh, so that's why all those criminals are all like, they're all good in prison right now.
No possessions here.
Exactly. It's always those weak people. Oh, they want to like God. Kill him! Oh, God.
Oh yeah, demons is something you don't want to fuck with, especially Ouija boards.
Well, if you think about it, it's anything supernatural, because the thing with supernatural, it's ghosts, aliens, or mythical creatures. You don't know they're real, so that's what even makes you more questionable. When you get more questionable, you kind of fear it more. You know what I mean? You just
I understand
feel
that.
It's that lingering doubt in the back of your head.
Exactly. Sort of like.
Well,
Karen?
Oh, I was gonna say, well, let me ask you this. I mean, do you feel less scared or less, do you even believe about like the government? They're coming out with like, oh, all this paranormal stuff. Not paranormal. Well, this all alien stuff coming out right now. Do you believe it? And if you do, do you feel less scared of like the?
I'm 50-50 at it. Like with all this stuff, I'm just 50-50. Like, cause I mean, like I said, besides a ghost in the picture above, Besides that ghost, that's the only paranormal activity I had. And with aliens, I had nothing. I had nothing with aliens. Like, I want to get anal probe.
And my understanding of how governments work, combined with my scientific knowledge, I'm pretty damn sure that every government around the world has had some run-in with some sort of extraterrestrial thing at some point.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
If the government is giving out information, it's mostly just to cover their own ass.
Yeah, with the fucking government. Yeah, knowing them.
Like, even if they haven't had any run-ins or anything, they're still just doing it to cover their own ass and keep people complacent.
Yeah, I mean, knowing the government, it's like the whole fucking... Remember that Area 51 fucking raid? Remember that whole shit? I don't know if you guys remember that what was that, a year back or a couple months back or something like that? A couple years. I don't know when it was fucking back, but I remember that whole shit. Everybody was like going all like fucking like ham. Like, why? Why would? I mean, I understand why. I want to see an alien too. I really do, but I'm not gonna raid a government facility and risk getting fucking shot. Because I don't think there's no aliens there. I think it's just nothing but fucking military. That's all I think.
Here's the thing, though. Like, anyone with half the human brain cells should know raiding a government facility like that is not a risk of being shot. It's a guarantee.
Well,
have you seen those YouTubers that go to Area 51?
Which, if you think about it,
yeah, you can raid the White House, though.
Everybody already knew what would happen if they actually tried to go in there. It was just a giant party. But the government still took it seriously because they are hiding shit.
Well, it's not even that they're hiding shit. It's just, it's like I said...
Hiding shit.
It's still military personnel.
It doesn't matter what it was, but they have stuff they are hiding from people.
So they
had to take it seriously.
Yeah, exactly. They're definitely hiding something.
Even though
could be anything.
Anyone worth their weight in stupid.
I mean,
already know
they could be hiding They could be hiding that 24-pack of beer that just keeps you drunk for an eternity.
I mean, it's more than likely like experimental fighter planes and shit. Because I remember one of the things that they hid for the longest time was the B-2s and other stealth bombers. Because that technology was, something worth hiding.
Back in the day, it was like when it first came out, it was something big.
Experimental aircrafts have always been a big deal with Area 51 in the first place. Just like with Roswell's situation, like it's people know that they're not going to go busting into military facilities and shit, but government still takes it seriously because they're like, well, there's a little bit of doubt there. What if they actually fucking do? Yeah.
Someone's crazy enough to always try.
Yeah, well, that's the thing with the fucking internet anymore. They ate too much fucking McDonald's and get all dumb.
That is true.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be McDonald's.
Sorry, they ate too much Burger King and get dumb.
They add sugar to the vegetables.
No, I think they just like Logo and I said in the fucking first late night cast. They take the shit out of the dumpster. They take the shit out of the dumpster, morph it all into a burger, and yep, there's the food.
I mean, Chick-fil-A they still put MSG in their food.
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, because it makes food taste better.
Yeah,
that's why everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so good." I still haven't had it yet, though.
See,
I mean, to be fair, it's not that good.
See,
Talk to anybody who's immune to MSG, and they'll tell you that they love MSG because nobody's immune to MSG.
You know what I always wondered, right? Now, aliens, right? Aliens, they always believe aliens are real and stuff. But here's the thing. Now, you ever look at human beings? How we are way smarter than every being or every animal on the planet. But we are similarities to certain creatures. Similarities. Not identical, but similar. I always thought, what if human beings are aliens? And we conquered the Earth.
We're closer to being a banana than we are a gorilla. Just keep that in mind.
Are you saying we're kind of... Oh, well, I mean... I guess a fucking orangutan could rip the shit out of us.
Oh my god.
No,
yeah.
but genetically speaking, we are very similar to things like a banana.
Well, Well, how did Harambe get shot then? I mean, not to throw that in the video.
He kind of deserved it.
Well, okay, alright. No, Harambe got shot because of self-defense, alright? It was like the same reason why would an orangutan beat the shit out of us, because we're threatening their territory.
Here's the thing. How do I put this? If you see something in your space, like say in your bedroom, that shouldn't normally be there, and it doesn't, it either looks like it's wrong for it to be there or whatever, like a spider or a mouse or whatever, what the fuck are you gonna do when you see one in your bedroom? You're either going to run away for it or go investigate.
Or squash it like a bug.
Well, no. Like, for a bug, if you don't know what it is...
I squash it like a bug!
The first thing you're gonna do is you're going to investigate it by either squashing it or trying to pick it up.
Squashing it normal. Is not investigating. That's just plain murder.
Right,
squashing a bug is a type of investigation.
That is not investigation.
You get to see what comes out from its insides.
Oh, well, that's dissection then. That's dissection.
That is an investigation to see if you kill it.
Okay, an investigation of dissection.
But no, the thing is, out of the three paths of run, kill, nothing. Like it's back to fight and flight at that point. You either run, you fight, or you don't do anything.
Well, yeah, that's probably what we are with aliens and like ghosts and stuff. We want to either learn about it, or we want to run from it.
Exactly. Well, guess what?
Yeah,
pretty sure that giant ape was, for the most part, curious. So it wouldn't have been a fight and flight response. It would have been run or investigate.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was
that's probably what it was.
That's how gorillas investigate things. They pick them up, run around with them, sometimes smack them against something.
They throw their own shit against the wall.
That's just nature.
Well,
I mean, the human did wrong. The gorilla did what a gorilla does.
I mean, the bright side is monkeys don't eat their own shit like humans.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes, but if you think about it, wait. If you think about it, we eat food that's in fucking cow manure and sometimes our own shit. Because in my area, they actually use human feces as fertilizer.
Well, yeah, that's the best way to grow shrooms.
I mean,
anyway.
What are the humans eating?
Well, that's a whole other topic.
In order to get that fertilizer, what's so good about it?
So
shit, that's what's good about it. We love shit.
We're about to go back on the topic.
Yeah.
But no, the whole situation there, and I'm sure people have heard fucking enough about the whole Harambe thing. But
yeah, that's fucking years ago.
It was one irresponsible human, a gorilla just doing what they do, and then a human doing their fucking job.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. It's like a human doing what they're doing. I'm sure aliens, they want to find... I mean, fuck, it's just like the anal probe and shit. They want to fucking figure out what we are. Well, I don't know about ghosts. I think they just want to fucking make our life a living hell.
Not
See, the funny thing
all
is,
the time.
Or help us. Or help us.
If aliens do probe, the best place for an alien to probe would be through the ear.
I thought through the nose, because that's how the Egyptians used to, take brains out and everything.
See, the problem with that is that if you go through the nose, like, I would say they'd probably try that a handful of times. Going through the nose has a lot of issues, which you don't have to worry about with mummification. Because with mummification, you're basically trying to turn the brain into mush. If you go through the ear, then you don't have to worry about as much soft tissue, which would then get damaged and get basically no information.
Because you go to
prop the brain and cut the skull. I mean, if they're aliens, they have the advanced technology.
Yeah, but what if we have more advanced technology and they come down like in a little fucking spaceship that fucking can barely fucking fly?
They can travel through space. We've only gone to Mars, with...
they could be more advanced in other areas.
Exactly. They could be more advanced in space travel, but not, not rocket fuel. Like, maybe we're more experienced in rocket fuel, but not space travel. You know what I mean? It's because...
See a whole bunch of cavemen just, in a space machine, just banging buttons until they're
Exactly.
Oh.
Fucking four-eyed fucking cavemen.
Yeah.
Turn left, turn right, and go forward.
Yeah.
The thing is, we could be much more advanced medically than the aliens are. Stuff like that.
That brings me to that movie, or it used to be a book. The World at War, The World at Wars. Or I think. Oh my god, I can't even say the fun. It's the
War of the Worlds.
Yeah, the War of the Worlds. That's one. Jesus Christ, I was thinking about fucking something else. I was thinking about fucking the War of the Planet this. But anyways, that's a whole other topic. But no, it's remember when they died from germs. So it's to say they weren't technically as advanced in medical, but they really were so interested to discover other galaxies, other planets, other universes. You know what I mean?
We're interested in destroying them and stealing their resources.
Yes, destroying them too, but if you look at it, maybe we're more interested in protecting ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Yeah.
Like I said, ghosts, I don't know. I'm still trying to think about them. I mean...
It would quickly become apparent that the easiest way to probe a brain is through the ear. Both because there's less soft tissue to go through that could possibly make the brain completely unusable, but also because the eardrum is already a conduit for brainwaves because it vibrates. So if you were
the eardrum in order to get to the brain.
Well, I'd rather
necessarily.
have go through the ear
technically,
than the eye.
You just have to put something up to the eardrum that could vibrate at a frequency that allows you to transfer data.
I see what Trey said. I mean, it makes sense. I mean, if you go up the nostril, I mean, you can still technically, but you have to have even a long-ass needle to go up to the nostril.
I don't know, if they're advanced enough, they can just teleport the brain out of your head.
Well, they might as well. But, I think the funny thing is, if people have been probed in the butt, I think one of the funniest things would be, more than likely, most of those people that claim to have been probed in the butt, if they actually were probed by aliens that way, they probably put the probe in their own butt.
No, I actually was going to say, no, they probably got fucking raped and really traumatized. Because if you think about it, probes in the butt, it sounds pretty sexual if you think about it.
Well, it's like that South Park episode with Eric Cartman.
I'm pretty sure that
had to jam a finger in there just to get it activated.
Yeah.
Specifically, if they were probed in the butt, I'm saying most people probably put it in their own butt because they didn't know what they were actually being prompted to do.
True. I mean,
people do some weird things.
I've heard stories where people have put probes in an arm, in their neck, and everything like that. Maybe it's something that they're forced to do, if they actually did get abducted and everything like that. And the easiest way to actually put it inside your, body instead of swallowing it, because if you swallow it, it's going to come out eventually. Just put it in the butthole, and then it just maybe it lock somewhere or something. I don't know.
Well, that's like...
I mean, for all intents and purposes, it's probably just an alien dildo.
Yeah, it's an alien sex toy.
Let's give him a dildo and see what happens.
Oh, he likes it.
Like, let's see how dumb this human is.
No, pretty damn dumb, because you should watch our fucking porn websites.
I do love all these videos that are coming out, you know, with all these alien spacecrafts that are just like chilling, and then they realize, you know, someone's recording them, and they fly away. Oh shit, let's go!
Yeah, could you imagine you're just chilling in a spaceship in the sky, drinking a few beers from like America, you know, or from America or Europe, or just from the Earth in general, just drink a few beers. Oh
Yeah,
shit, somebody's recording. We gotta go.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like alien teens, you know, that are just like, you know, let's go to Earth. You know, Earth is, you know, a pretty chill place. They have some pretty good views.
just
you know,
smoking
and
blunt
stuff
there.
like that.
Vacation.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you see them going into like all these like empty places, like the woods, you know, desert areas. I mean, shit, there are a lot of people here. You know, they see a lot of. They take pictures on Facebook, social media, and they post them like weird, strange lights in the sky. I get that here all the time.
Yeah. No, I'm sure you do, because you have more open skies than that. Well, I do over here. I'm same thing with you, Troy. You're over in the west. But yeah, I don't see shit. I don't see
Dude, you don't... I'm not even going to start about my stuff during this episode. But no, like... The whole... You're filming them and then they notice thing, I would like to think it's kind of like the whole... teenagers hooking up on a mountainside or whatever, and then the police start coming, they're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah, exactly. Damn it.
Or like,
No!
people... Sometimes I've seen it, people, especially women, this is going to sound a little weird. I've seen a lot of women where they're just, like, parked on the side of the road or whatever, you know, taking a nap without their shirt on. You know,
when the fuck did you
that
see
kind of
this?
stuff does happen.
I haven't seen this in my life. I need to go where you're at.
Yeah, I've never seen that
It's a
either.
fucking,
I've never even heard
it's a fucking desert out here, dude. People would rather be shirtless most of the time.
Oh, so yeah.
It's a desert out here too, but you know, I mean, you got girls who are barely wearing shirts, but I've never seen anyone just topless sleeping on the side of the road.
Well, no, they're like in their car.
Even no one wants to chill in their car,
especially in the desert.
Summer.
Especially in the desert.
Yeah. I don't know. The next time you see,
a bit of an AC. Well, I'm not going to go take a picture of a topless woman.
Why
chilling
not?
in her
Sure
car.
you will.
It's her fault for being topless.
Just say you're 16. You'll be fine. Try.
No, but it does happen occasionally. Just saying. You should probably look.
I probably should move to your state then.
I
probably should move there. Probably got a girlfriend in 5 seconds.
Thing is, though, like, even just out of the places in our solar system, I'd like to think Earth is probably the most redneck.
Not redneck. Earth is just the most chillest.
Advanced, I'd say.
Oh, advanced, yes, and a redneck, yes, both. But if you think chillest, I mean, yes, we do have road rage, we do have all this bullshit.
Earth.
But why do aliens come to the planet?
It's because Earth is the Florida of the solar system. It's a great space for vacationing, but everyone that lives there is fucking crazy.
Oh, wow.
That's true. That's
true.
You know. I mean, we have some great mountain views, wooded views. You know, we have a lot of fantastic things on Earth.
Drown yourself in the ocean.
Aliens.
The most water out of everywhere else in the solar system. Like, you know, sounds like a vacation spot to me.
Right?
Now, what if ghosts and aliens were connected somehow? Because I've always read conspiracies on that.
There's theories about that, actually.
I've read a lot of theories about that, or conspiracies, whatever you call it.
There have been some like really interesting sci-fi movies and shit with things about ghosts from space, for instance. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if like ghosts and demons were just a different form of being.
Dinner's ready.
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying too. You know, I think it's just like a different form of ourselves.
Oh yeah, it'd be like that movie Us. You guys ever seen Us?
Yeah, I have actually. Slightly disappointing at the end, but
oh yeah, it was very disappointing. But
it was a fun movie. But I mean, I part of like the whole paranormalness and whatnot. I really don't think that our actual selves die per se. Like, I feel like we get to become a different form,
exactly,
and we get the option to either hang around a little bit, which is why we see like things moving, or you know, like the whole unfinished business type thing. There's either unfinished business, or you just want to stick around for a little bit. You know, watch your family members. You know, watch your significant other. Maybe just explore. Who knows? It all depends on how far you can actually travel to.
Yeah.
And then you can decide, you know, if I don't know, I believe in reincarnation, but I believe you get like a choice in like reincarnation. Okay, I'm ready.
Choice my ass. I'm gonna be an ant. Fucking, they're just gonna fucking give me to be an ant. And then you gotta Trifesta being a fucking mule just stomping on me like an ant. Thanks, Try.
Here's the little scientific part about that. So it's technically impossible for a person to die. But we do it anyways because we're all stubborn motherfuckers. A true death would mean that there's no energy left over, and energy can't just disappear. It has to change form.
Yeah.
So
I always say reincarnation.
We don't know what happens yet.
I mean, I don't think we ever will, unless, like, what's that movie? There's a movie where someone gets tortured so much that they're in between life and death, so they can see the other side.
I don't think it's good. I don't think it would be good for people in general if we knew what happened afterward for sure.
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Because if we found out there was an afterlife, people would be killing themselves. Like, everyone would be trying to kill themselves if there was an afterlife.
There'd be mass suicide. There'd be, like, religion would just be fucked. You know, it's like, who gives a shit? Jesus who? You know, like...
Yeah, but it's not that it will fuck up religion. It will fuck up somebody else's belief. Because what religion is basically one person's belief that became into 2 people, 3 people, 6 people, 10 people, 100 people, 1 million people. That's how religion came about. It's because of one person's belief. You know, that's all religion is.
If they came out with actual proof, like, hey, scientifically proven, this is what happens to you after you die, then there's going to be a lot of people like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. The thing is,
it's all about opinions.
The more that society knows for a fact, not just an opinion, the more that society knows for a fact happens after you die, the less likely people are going to want to be alive.
Well, there was just a trailer I saw of a movie. It was a movie where they knew what happens when you die, so everybody just started committing suicide because they wanted to live the afterlife. Yeah, that's basically what would happen in our society.
Now, on the other hand, if we were to all know absolutely nothing happens after you die, and that was just a fact, I think people would be
going for immortality,
more respectful of each other.
Yeah, death would be more terrifying.
Death would way be more terrifying. You wouldn't want to get hit by a truck.
Yeah, and it's just like, you just think, you know, oh, if I die, that's it. There's no more.
There are a lot of people that work under that assumption that if you die, that's just it. But the thing is, like, it's one of those unsurety things where it's just like ghosts and aliens and all that shit. There's enough doubt in your brain to keep you on limbo.
See, I have some people that always think, like, when you die, just like you said, nothing happens. You just, nothing but in a black space. That's it. That's all you're in. You're just in darkness for eternity.
Yeah, but the black space would mean that you'd be conscious.
Well, would you be conscious? Because all you see is nothing but black. It'd be like you just sitting in the dark.
You would be conscious because you'd be noticing your... you'd be
You would be noticing the blackness.
But is that even noticing?
That you're...
But is that noticing at that point? It's like you seeing black in your dream.
Yeah, you notice that there's black.
Yeah, because, you're just going to
The
be
lack
sitting
of
there,
conscious,
you're going to float there and be like, man, there's a lot of black around me. You're going to notice, like, oh, hey, there's a lot of black around me.
But what if you fucking reveal yourself as, like, Frank Martin or something? You know?
When your line of thought ends, you die. Not in a semi-sense, in a perfect sense. Because once you stop thinking, and you can no longer understand who and or what you are whatsoever, and there is no perception of anything, then there is no continuation either. It just stops.
See, that's
one of the issues I have with, like, them saying that they can put a copy of your brain into a robot, because it's happened in a lot of movies. It's like, oh yeah, we just.
See, that's what confuses me.
The thing about that is, the original consciousness of you is dead. That's no longer the person that was originally there, because it was basically copy-pasted.
See, that's what confuses me there. Alright, so when you forget your consciousness, forget whoever you were. But how are you going to know? So apparently if you forgot who you were, you're still conscious.
It just ends.
Yeah, but how do you know it ends then? That's what I'm trying to...
You don't, because there's nothing.
But no, how do you know it ends? Because if you're saying that it ends, you're gonna know how it ends. If you know it ends, what's the end?
It just ends. That's
stops.
it. You just.
But how does it end?
Not even in existence anymore. See, that's the thing. It's really hard to understand.
Exactly, it's hard to understand.
We can't understand what just nothing would actually be.
What is nothing?
In reality, you would just not exist whatsoever. We don't know what that feeling would be like.
Exactly, because we never experienced it. We never experienced
exactly, but
when your conscious thought stops.
But how do you know when it stops?
Starts again later.
How do you know when it stops?
You don't. You are just.
So how do you know when it doesn't?
You know when it doesn't because you have a conscious thought. That's the thing. Because if you are copy-pasted into a new body, the you in that new body thinks that they're still the old you, and they continue with the consciousness. You have fucking died.
I don't know. Like I said, it's still all confusing as hell. It's still confusing.
It's hard to wrap your mind around it because you don't know what nothing is.
Yeah, because nothing is nothing but, like, even when you see a jar of air, you say a jar of air, but you say there's nothing in this jar. How do you know there's nothing in that jar? You have inside of
there's stuff in that jar.
Yeah, you have inside the jar.
I know that there's something inside the jar because my scientific mind already processed that.
Well, apparently fucking Trifesta's a robot.
No, he thinks like I see what you're coming at. It's like you.
No, I got what he's saying.
It's air, that's nothing in there, but there's particles, there's dust, there's DNA.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
Well,
God, DNA, please don't.
There's H2O.
When you say DNA,
water.
DNA.
There is nothing that is truly empty in this world because energy is everywhere.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying, but it's just when you say nothing, when you turn into nothing, it's just. But I do get what you're saying. It's just.
It's like you don't have a soul. And
yeah, but it's just how do you know you don't have a soul though?
You don't have to know. That's the thing.
You are gonna know that you not have to know, but you don't know that you have to know. They have actually don't have to know.
This is something that can just keep going on. I think this is just like going to be a never-ending like.
That's what it is.
You just don't know. Well, how do you know?
The thing is. No. Because I know this thing, okay? And it terrifies me every time that I think about it.
It is. It's rather quite terrifying.
Death is terrifying.
Here's the thing. You wondering how you know when you know means that you're under the assumption that you have to know. You don't have to know jack shit about when it ends. It just does. And that's it. You don't have to be aware of it. It just stops.
I
randomly.
Yeah, I don't even... It's
just gone.
I wish it could be that simple.
It's quicker than having a rug pulled out from under you. It's just...
Well, I mean, if you're Marilyn Manson...
fucking gone. It just ends right there. Nothing ahead of it, nothing before. No memory, everything's just gone.
That's why I believe in the afterlife.
Well, in reincarnation and aliens, like I said, I'm in 50-50 and all this shit, because like I said, I never saw anything, but I give it the benefit of the doubt. Oh, there's something's out there. Something's watching us.
So,
just like
your consciousness is literally your ability to pull information from your brain. Once that stops, you can't pull information from your brain, meaning there's no memories left either. So you can't look back at anything. That's why I'm hoping that there's some information, that stores in whatever the fuck your spirit is, whether that's scientifically a soul or whatever. I'm hoping there's some memory there, because, there's concepts like muscle memory, so spirit memory could be a thing.
With all the alcohol,
it definitely is a thing. I mean, you gotta think about all the natural, weird things in the world. I mean, what, the Bermuda Triangle and all the weird shit that happened there.
Yeah, you gotta have an open mind.
There's a lot of things in the world that, we just cannot explain, that we're, some people are looking into it, some parts of the government look into it, but, there's this weird shit that happens out there that we just cannot wrap our minds around. So I believe that there is something, some sort of, consciousness, something...
Well, you gotta have an open mind. You just gotta have an open mind. Open mind to anything.
Talking to me about an open mind.
I'm gonna open up your mind.
The thing is, memories are bits of information that are stored in our brain as energy signals. So if the soul itself is made of those energy signals, then your consciousness could go on without your body. So that is a pleasant thing to think about.
There's a lot of things. There's a lot of things we gotta think about. We're gonna have to take therapy after this late night cast. But wait, then again, what if therapists are
I think about this shit all the time.
I mean, the picture that Captain has above his head, what do you... I mean, a lot of people can say, "Oh, that's staged," or it's
Photoshop. It's just
Photoshopped or anything.
It's a malfunction in Apple because it was off Apple camera.
Yeah, I mean, let's just say, we know. Let's just say, that's an actual legit photo. Even just say it's off of a Polaroid. For crying out loud.
Or a black and white camera, and I colorized it.
Well, let's just say, that's a real thing that would just popped up there, which I believe, if it actually could be. I mean, you're at Penhurst, but what would you say that is? Would you say that someone else's consciousness? I definitely say so.
The thing is, after I saw that, I started doing more research on that, and then I started looking at because obviously, yes, the picture above me is from Penhurst Asylum, PA. Go visit the place. It's an awesome place. It's a great attraction. It's not a proclamation, that's all. I just like the place. Anyways, back to what I was going to say. No, it's I looked at more information on Penhurst, and most people saw a woman in a white dress, which is right above me. It's just, I mean, people seen a woman in a white dress. I have two pictures of it. I'm just not going to show the other one because I have a friend of mine in there, but yeah, that's two pictures that have a woman in a white dress in it. Now, like I said, people can have their own opinions, their own reality, their own beliefs, their own mind, That's the whole beauty of it.
Here's a fun thing about... here's a fun thing about how your brain works. Perception-wise, images and sounds can be put into your mind wirelessly. If there is enough energy in an area that says woman in a white dress in that window, people will fucking see it.
What do you mean,
So
are you trying to say the government's trying to make us see this?
No. I'm saying if, as a ghost, assuming they are a ghost, if there is a ghost who has just enough built up, I am a girl in a white dress in this window, then when people go by, that energy signature will be present in the air enough that when people look at that window, they will see it.
Oh, I see what you're coming at. Yeah, no.
I do see what
get
he's
that
saying.
entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works in very much the same way as like mimetic hypnosis goes, because if somebody says something in a particular way enough times, under the correct conditions, that person is susceptible to whatever they're trying to say.
Do you also think that maybe they can just form out of just pure energy without trying to like signal anything to the brain?
Yeah, the ghost could just be fucking with us. Oh, they want to see a woman wearing a dress? Well, I'll fucking turn into that, fuck you.
Or enough people could be in an area and be thinking about a particular thing for some spirit that embodies that thing to appear. Like with demonic seances, it's basically the same shit. It's a bunch of people in one space creating an energy around themselves because they're wanting and or feeling a certain way that it brings something from somewhere else.
Well, isn't that summoning?
Yes and no.
Are you bringing Path of Exile in this?
The main difference is that for summoning, this is going to get.
Oh, I see what you're trying to say.
Well, I see summoning, or is it just
I
like
see
you
what
want
he's
something
trying to
so
say with
bad when it
summoning.
happens, you just kind of like take your own energy and kind of form it in a way.
Both. The thing about summoning is summoning requires there to be an entity you have force over. Where, on the opposite hand, when you're just pouring energy into an area and then something is drawn to it, that's more of just a gathering of like energies. Does that make sense?
It does.
Because like forces attract.
Yeah.
Some kind of crazy shit.
Which doesn't sound right, but it...
Isn't that where people call themselves mediums?
Yeah.
I think this fucking Haunted Attraction was fucking with me by making the hologram.
I see the picture that you're just trying to get, but...
I see what he's saying.
It's a loaded thing.
Yeah.
It's a loaded
Tries
thing
getting
right
into something very deeper than... Yeah, I see what he's saying. It does make sense. I mean, what if... Actually, at this point, try... You're gonna be a writer. You're gonna write a book.
It's more of an invitation than a summoning, if that makes sense.
Well, yes. I mean, when you...
Invitation to my hell.
Like, when you play with a Ouija board, too, you're looking
for something. You're just inviting whoever the fuck wants to answer.
Yeah, you're opening the portal. You can be like, oh, let me talk to my grandmother. But you're opening a portal. Right. You don't know if your grandmother's going to come through.
If you guys want to talk about a Ouija board, you guys ever try it?
Then all of a sudden somebody sticks their dick through
it doesn't work for me. Did it work for you?
Well, here's a funny story.
I am part demon, so it doesn't work.
I tried a Ouija board, one of those glow-in-the-dark ones, when I was a young kid with my friend, and it was cool. We were just like, oh, you're moving it, no, you're moving it, no, you're moving it. And I actually promised, my mother forced me to promise her to never actually get a Ouija board. So to compromise, I got one of those like little keychain Ouija boards, that has like the little circle part or the little triangle part and everything. And I'm just a kid, just like playing in my room with my little
Barbies
keychain Ouija board. Like and I'm just, holding my finger there and I'm just like waiting. And then all of a sudden, like ever so gently, like it just kind of moved really fast. And I'm like, I didn't do it because I was the only one doing it. I didn't do it. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And then I threw it and I ran away. And ever since then, I've always, I don't think it's following me anymore, but ever since then I had something following me.
How she feels something touch her ass.
I mean, believe it as you will. I mean, even my mother, we lived in the same house, the one where the pillow fell off the couch just randomly. You know,
Well,
she's
sure
just
that's-
chilling
yeah,
in the
sure
living
it has.
room. She's wearing shorts, and then all of a sudden she feels fingers like coming, like just stroking her thigh, and then she turns over and she's like, "Stop it!"
So, I've got a fun story about Ouija boards.
Oh boy.
I used to have a friend that would play with Ouija boards, like, all the time and nothing ever happened. The funny thing is, he was a nice Christian kid with a nice Christian family, and they were all happy
they're
and
the
all that
worst.
shit. They didn't believe in the Ouija board. Until one time I went over there and he was playing with his Ouija board. So I don't care most of the time when people play with them because they either don't have one that works, and there's several quirks to that, or the area that they're playing with it in, and the attitude of the area is very calm, and there's quote no spiritual activity type thing, if that makes sense. Like the feeling in the area is just playful.
It's just,
there's nothing going on.
dull.
So I'm over there hanging out, they're playing with the Ouija board, and then I just start laughing. See, the thing is, I tend to be able to feel mood shifts in a general area.
Same.
Which isn't usually helpful. But no, I was getting a kick out of them playing with the Ouija board for no apparent reason. And then shit went south. So I'll just leave it about there. No. So, like, I was enjoying myself watching them play with the Ouija board. I was a pretty good distance away. And then, like, I think it was 2 or 3 minutes into them, messing with the Ouija board and showing me what they like to do with it. We heard their parents running down the stairs. This was like a 3-floor house. We were in the basement. So their parents ran all the way from the top floor down the stairs, and they're like, did you guys hear that fucking sound? Something like banged against the floor. Did something fall over? The normal type shit. So he sets the Ouija board aside, and they go upstairs, and it's like, oh yeah, that's great. So I walk past the Ouija board, give it the whole 2-finger salute thing as I'm passing it.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Only try.
That's how I am.
Only try.
So I look up and I'm like, I yell up the stairs, dude, you forgot to say goodbye. The second that I said that, they like stopped dead in their tracks. They were, I think, halfway up the stairs. They all stopped dead in their tracks and they're like, what do you mean? I was like, every time that you use a Ouija board, you're supposed to say goodbye before you leave it. So they're coming down the stairs. I turn around and the planchette saying yes. So I've just got that big smile on my face, staring at this Ouija board that's just like, yes.
Jesus Christ.
And so they come down the stairs, right? And he's like, you do realize that it's just a game, right? I'm like, yeah, sure, it's a game. A game that you play with people you don't know. So you're supposed to say goodbye. It's the friendly thing to do. And he's like, it doesn't really matter. I'm like, okay, so how about I go upstairs and I look for something that fell over, and you guys can just sit here and stare at that board. So I go up the stairs. The parents are, they had enough of it. They just fuck off. I'm pretty sure they went to the store after that, actually. Anyway, so he's sitting down there with his brother, I think it was, because he woke up from the commotion. So he's sitting down there with his brother just staring at the Ouija board. And they got that smug face of, I know nothing's gonna fucking happen. So I go upstairs. What had fallen over was, like... What the fuck do you call them?
Chest of drawers. G.I. Joe.
Russian nesting doll? They had a Russian nesting doll on one of their... I think it was supposed to be like a bedside table, but they had it in one of their hallways. So it had fallen over, right? So I pick it up, make sure all the little dolls are facing the right way and stick them back together and put them back where they're supposed to go. So I go back down the stairs and they're like huddled in a corner.
Oh, jeez.
And so I was like, guys, tell me something happened. With the biggest shit-eating grin on my face. They're like, dude, it fucking moved. And I was like, really? So I looked down at it and it says hi. And I was like...
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with those things.
Yeah.
I don't care.
So the thing is, I would have been more suspicious of it moving.
Try it.
Except
keep it to 2
for...
fingers. You keep it to 2 fingers.
Oh, I gave it the 2-finger salute.
That's what set it off, Try.
That's what it craves. It wants those 2 fingers.
It wants those 2 fingers. Maybe,
no, I'm
maybe
not
the
talking
devil's
like...
a girl,
I'm not talking the lewd 2-finger salute. I'm talking like... forget which military does that. I had put 2 fingers up to my head and
those 2 fingers.
actually gave the salute. So I was like, dude, you were playing with it. You have to say goodbye.
Yeah, it's always best to say goodbye.
Yeah, you gotta say goodbye on a Ouija board. Every horror movie I watch.
It took me like 15 minutes to actually get him to go over and say goodbye. And then they said that I could have the Ouija board. And I said, no, this is your friend now. And that scared the shit out of him. And they didn't let me over to their house after that.
You carried the 2-finger salute!
Hey, I salute any...
You look like you're a fucking Hitler. Why do I keep saying Hitler as in replace him as Satan? Why do I keep saying it?
I'm pretty sure that's like... Come to think of it, that might be the... That might be the Cub Scout salute. 2 fingers. Yeah, that would make sense.
I guess it kind of makes sense. I've never been in the Cub Scouts, so I want to know.
I was not invited back to their house after.
Oh, way to go, Troy. You fucked that up.
I mean, you gave him some confidence.
The thing is...
Scared the shit out of him.
The thing is, I didn't do anything.
You should have recorded them.
Right?
I didn't even have a phone back then.
This I believe.
I was like 8.
Oh god. Oh my god! I can see little Trifesta. Hey, got 2 fingers to do.
I'm over here, 8 years old, knows too much about fucking ghost shit.
Little Trifesta walks by him. Yeah, little Trifesta.
Saluting a fucking Ouija board.
Little Trifesta.
I've always known about the paranormal since I was a kid. Like, my grandmother...
you grew up with that kind of shit.
Well, she taught me automatic writing. I can still do it to this day, but I don't know if it's actually just like my consciousness that's writing shit or if it's actually someone else writing shit. But hey, it's fun nonetheless, That's the closest thing I'll actually get to talking to the other side.
She's doing this creepy ass hum while she's writing.
But But other than that, like, you know, if I feel something weird around me or anything like that, I just tell him. It's like, no, this is my house. Like what Mr. Fiance does. Anytime something weird happens in this house, because it's an older house. When my parents were living here before us, you know, sometimes the cabinets or anything would just open. You know, they would just open, or you'd leave the kitchen closed, you know, with it being closed, and then you walk back and it would just be open like 2 seconds later. And my mother always thought this place was slightly haunted. So anytime that would happen to us, Mr. Fiance would just storm around the house. Hey, you can't live here for free. You stay here. You got to pay rent.
Yeah, well, that's another thing. Like paranormal investigations, they do it fucking wrong. You're not supposed to yell at or call out the ghost. Talk to them like a fucking person.
Well, yeah, but I mean, this Mr. Fiance, he talks to people like that, so it's.
I could see him doing that. I would do the same shit. Hey, asshole! You live in my house. You gotta give me some rent.
Yeah, that's every time.
I don't care if you're an extraterrestrial.
That's what he does. He's like, well, that bitch gotta pay rent. $500.
I've had stuff fall over. I've had doors open and like windows slam shut and shit like that. And every time I'm like, really? I'm just minding my own business and you're over there messing with stuff? Could you please stop? And usually it stops. But like, nah, I'm also one of those people where I don't know why they put light switches at the bottom of the fucking stairs.
That's a miss. Sometimes I have them at the top, sometimes I have them at the bottom.
Like, I turn off the light and fucking book it up the stairs. Because stairs are where all the accidents fucking happen.
Well, yeah, you fall down the fucking steps tripping on your toe.
And then,
I do it all the time.
I love having a bedroom in the basement. But the thing is, in my room, the energy in that room is mine. The second anything comes in there and changes the general, like, mood and or energy in that room, I'm like, back the fuck up. This is my place. You can have the rest of the basement.
Yeah,
and
I was like that. I was like that.
You know,
I lived in an attic.
I'm sorry.
Talk to spirits like people. You know, because they probably deserve it.
Okay, well, alright, if you wanted me to do that, try. I'm gonna fucking, if I see something move in my room, I'm gonna go, back the fuck up, nigga. That's gonna be me. Back up, nigga.
Do it.
Hey, you don't fucking my motherfucking house.
I mean, one of the easiest ways to get rid of
ghosts, and they're like, "Would you call me?"
You goddamn know what? I'm a nigga.
The thing is, like, if you don't want to talk to the ghosts like normal people, then don't talk to them. Just pump yourself up. Because 9 out of 10 times, if there is something there, just like when another person is next to you, the more confident and pumped up you get, the less likely they are to mess with you.
Alright, so I'm gonna start acting like a monkey.
That's how it works. You fight energy with energy. That's how it works.
I mean, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, if they're acting chaotic, you act chaotic. So is that what you're trying to say? Like, alright.
No,
so,
it doesn't have to be chaotic.
But
like,
what if they're
literally just?
Alright, so what if they're in your room and just knock your stuff off your table? How would you react?
I'd say I'd be freaked out, but I'd also be like,
"What the fuck?
Get the fuck out of my room! You just destroyed my shit."
Exactly. What the fuck?
This is my room. This is my house.
Like
I'm living here. I'm the dominant one. Leave.
Like Mr. Fiance said, "Give me rent."
Yeah, he really
depends.
would. He'd be like, "You paid for that shit."
I have an easier time feeling energies than I do picking up social cues. So depending on how they make me feel, it like different reaction.
Yeah, I see that with Try. Because Try, if you would have put thought into putting all this stuff on this desk and thought into doing all this, then they're pretty much gonna piss them the fuck off. But if you just put it on this desk, I don't care. Then he'd be like,
the thing is, I welcome energies to come visit.
You just want to get
that's fine.
You want to get anal
If they
done,
start
don't you?
being a dick, or if they make me uncomfortable, I politely invite them to leave. And then if they don't accept that, I force them to leave.
Oh.
I know you're gonna get a visit tonight. You're gonna get something tonight. I can feel it.
There's already stuff here.
Just
Hey,
saying
you're
it out
talking about
loud,
it.
I invite an energy. It's gonna happen.
No, I say that every night.
Well, it's like that movie that we watched with Loco, and you and I watched DoMo with Loco with that demon house. Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing fucking happened. I thought it was cursed. I thought I was gonna
Nothing
get my head.
happened until people started yelling at each other and going crazy from chemicals and shit.
Chemicals.
But no, like
See, look,
I've always had the whole I invite energies to hang out, and if they're cool, they can stay. If not, they can leave.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a
I'm
hot
not-
bitch,
Like,
demon, I'm gonna fuck her.
I don't want to stop things that would be coming through here anyway if I wasn't here. Like, if they want to be here, sure, hang out. But, like, I don't know. There have been a few times where stuff didn't want to leave, and I was just like, okay, cool, but
I'm trying to play a fucking game.
I'll just go to another room and you can chill here for the night or something.
No, I don't
But-
want anything in a place that's my own space, because this is my energy. This is Mr. Fiance's energy.
Okay.
This is my animal's energy. This is just this place. Now, if a family member who is passed,
I
wants
have to say
visit.
this very specifically. Most of the time, they're more comforting than not.
I can see that. I mean,
I get that.
I mean, if you think about it, because they never say any word, they're quiet as hell. I mean, what? They move the door a little bit here and there, but they're
No,
kind,
like-
But like I said, for me, it's hard to really persuade my mind in paranormal or aliens.
They're
or mythical
usually either
You're not-
neutral or
You're
friendly.
not really a paranormal type of believer.
It's not that I'm a believer. Like I said, it's all benefit and doubt for me. I had to have it happen to me. If I have it happen to me, just like the picture above my head. Picture above my head. I'm getting one step closer, but that's just a stupid picture. I mean, that could be fucking the government fucking me in the ass. That could be my fucking Apple saying, "Hey, your fucking camera," It could be any. It could be the fucking Penhurst saying we have projectors that every time we take a picture, it's gonna show up. You know what I mean? It could be any of that.
Well, yeah,
shit.
that's very true. Anything is possible, but I think Tri and I have just had too many experiences where it's just like,
And I wish I had experience. I wish I had. Maybe because they're just afraid of me. I don't know. Am I just dead? Am I just dead? Maybe it's because I'm just too dead inside.
I don't think you're too dead inside.
No,
I
I'm
think
dead.
like there's a
Fucking
spot
dead.
in your brain that's just like you can't, or it's just kind of blocked in a way where you just can't receive. Like you can't.
I don't think it has to. Yeah, I think what you're trying to say is there's a spot in my brain where it's just for me. It's in a way where, yes, I'm thinking about ghosts. I'm thinking about aliens and all of this. But what if they're not real? It's always that. What if it's this? What if that's not real? You know what I mean?
I would love for all of us just to go into a fucking haunted house. Let's all go to.
I will do it. I would love to do it.
Man, that would be absolutely fantastic.
I love
man.
that.
Man, that would be great. I mean, I've had experiences where me and my friends, we've gone to like one of the oldest graveyards in Massachusetts, and we would take our little recorder. Fuck, I even went off by myself with a little voice recorder, just asking questions, and then I was trying to read a tombstone, and I couldn't like pronounce the name or anything like that. And by listening back to the recording after the investigation and everything, it actually it pronounced it for me. You can hear this whisper, but it was a voice, and you can actually hear it pronounce it as I'm trying to pronounce the last name. I don't have it. My friend has it, but...
No, I believe you, but that's what I said. I wish, alright, the thing that would get me a little spooked, if I went to Penrose, because we were on a ghost hunt tour when we saw the rooms, we saw the bathrooms. They took us on a tour, but it was all lit up. I wanted to go on a part of Penhurst that was pitch black. That's what I wanted to go. And then start taking random pictures. Because that would have gave me chills. But no, if something's well lit and it's just old, it just looks neat to me. It's nothing spooky. It's nothing paranormal.
It's just an old building at that point.
Exactly. But going in a pitch black place, taking pictures, and, hopefully you get something like that. Wore in a white dress above my head. I mean, I keep saying that on fucking recording. But
I mean, I've even, what was it? I back in a different place in Massachusetts where I lived, like just down the street, there was an old, super fucking old cemetery, and it was great. I really liked it. Me and my friend, we were just taking a walk, on the path of the cemetery and stuff like that, and we just so happened to, come across like the children's grave area and everything like that.
Oh God, that's even more creeper.
And
in the dark,
we heard some noises, so we just kind of like stood really still and just kind of looked towards like the gravestones and everything, and we actually saw like a small black figure kind of like running to gravestone to gravestone, hiding behind the gravestones. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And you can hear like little feet, like tap 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 tap, like in the grass and everything like that. I've even had someone run at me at that cemetery, actually. So when actually you could hear thump, 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 just running fast, like right at me, and then hear a, and I was just like, what the fuck's this guy breathing on me? Like, don't get me wrong, it was really creepy at the time, because I think he was trying to get a reaction out of me, because realistically, if I'm stuck in a cemetery, I'm gonna do whatever I fucking can to get a reaction out of someone.
There's some funkiness that can happen
with life.
Also, the same cemetery I saw a portal.
So there's all varieties, just like there's all varieties of humans.
Mm-hmm.
Lewd ghosts are definitely my favorite.
Of course they would.
Wait, which ghost?
Lewd.
Oh God! Of course, try.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Well, see, my ghost.
More interesting.
If I ever was a ghost, he'll be the shapeshifter. I can see me being the shapeshifter.
Oh no!
I'll be a shapeshifter.
You were a ghost.
There's a specific reason why. It's because when there is a lewd ghost in an area, that's all there is there. There's never anything else.
Oh, I believe it. Trifesta's always there when he's not there.
No, the thing is, if there is one lewd ghost, the entire building or whatever that they're in, there's only that one. There's never two of them in one place. And nothing else goes in that area. There's only just the one. So if you can tell that there's one there, the rest of the area is fine. So you can hang out there comfortable knowing there's only the one, and for the most part, like, they're not upset or anything. They just, want to hang out, maybe cuddle a little bit.
Are you trying to say this because you finally caught that cannibal fucking on fucking the forest?
Dude, like, ghosts hug people all the time.
I mean, listen, I always wanted to make out with a female ghost. I've dreamt about it. Like, if I ever fucking had a ghost encounter, just please be a female. Please be a female. Please. If it's some black man just fucking me in the ass, I'm fucked. Like, fuck.
Have you ever seen, I think I mentioned to you guys before, the movie Entity? Let me look it up real quick.
Yeah, never. I think you did say it. You told us about it. But I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's based off of an actual story, The Entity, where this woman was kind of like possessed by this ghost that would rape her every night. Like, her kids saw it, like, other people saw it happening. She was, that paranormal investigator, Barry Taft from Demon House and everything, he actually helped with that investigation too. They brought her to a facility, to try to capture all these things, and the evidence that they got was, pretty fascinating. But of course, people are going to say, "Oh, it's just movie. It didn't actually happen," and stuff like that. But sometimes weird things happen. For all we know, it could be like some sort of demon.
I'm just waiting for one strong demon bitch to spread my legs and start sucking me off. I'm telling you, I'm waiting for the shit.
Who needs a girlfriend when you got that?
When you got a strong demon bitch that can fucking is immortal and can kill anybody.
But, there's like a lot of weird things, I don't know what happened, to the point where, it just randomly showed up, but I guess in a way sometimes things just randomly show up.
Well, that's what it is, they just show up. Like I said, it's like humans, they go to places where they find of interest, Obviously,
yeah, but
ghosts are an extraterrestrial, so they're another being, they're doing stuff in their own interest, Even though if it's a rapist or a killer.
Well, that brings, I feel like that's a discussion if there's actually a heaven or a hell.
No, that's just rape in general. That's a discussion on its own.
But I don't know. I've had some weird conversations with myself. I have come to the conclusion that if there are strange creatures out there that are intelligent enough to converse with and all that fun sentience conversation shit, I don't see any reason why I'd have to treat them any different than normal people. And hell, I'd date a ghost. That sounds like fun.
Right? I'm telling you! It's the best girlfriend to have! Or boyfriend if you're gay.
Yeah, but will you actually be able to, have the feeling of someone here? Or, do you think you'll be actually able to, touch and snuggle and everything like that?
DoMo, I'm telling you.
Given the way that ghosts normally work, your bond to a specific ghost, the deeper your bond with them is, the more likely you are to be able to feel and see them, which is why a lot of the times the people who have interactions with ghosts of particular types, like, again, the lady in the white dress, they've experienced something similar to what she had experienced, or have been involved with other family members and such that have gone through some shit.
Going back to the lady in the white dress, that also brings back the headless horseman and stuff. Obviously, I don't think much people see it nowadays, but I know back then, the headless horseman was actually a thing. But then they started seeing it in ghostly figures, and it just, to me, and then I went to another haunted attraction. I forgot what it was called, but I took a picture of something. And now, it could have been a camera malfunction, but it looked like a ghostly figure. But to me, I think it was just a camera malfunction because it was trying to pick up two different locations at once. That's what I think. But it looked like a ghost girl that was dressed in, modern clothes with a mask on, like she died of COVID. That's what I thought about. But
specific for a malfunction.
That's what I'm saying. But to me, I think I haven't seen much medieval ghosts. The woman in the white dress, she could be from the 1800s, she could be from the 1900s, or she could be from 2015 for all we know. You know what I mean? It's just, what year was this girl actually from? Above my head, or obviously the headless horseman. If he's on a horse going, fucking obviously, if he has a knight and a sword, he might be from the medieval times, but he could be a cosplayer.
Okay, so it is very important that you guys understand exactly what's up with the Headless Horseman. There's two different kinds of Headless Horsemen. So there's the one that usually happens that we talk about because we're American, with the whole Ichabod thing.
America!
That is a soldier who was decapitated on horseback. A death that swift and unseen as being decapitated while on horseback has a lot of interesting applications and
how the fuck does he
implications.
see?
That is what would normally be referred to as a vengeful spirit. Because they
makes
were
sense.
wrong.
Yeah, it makes
in
sense.
their
Yeah,
death.
he's trying to fucking get vengeance.
But the Headless Horseman is not a singular entity by any means, because there are Headless Horsemen around the globe seen as different things. Like, for instance, in Celtic understanding, the Headless Horseman is the Death Fairy,
Well, that's what they
much in the
were saying.
same way that the ferryman to hell for Hades that crosses the river Styx. So in Celtic lore, the Headless Horsemen are the ones that go and gather the people who are supposed to die and take them to wherever.
Yeah, I remember listening to that.
So even as far as like what a ghost is or might symbolize, the assumption in my mind would then be that even like ghosts that appear to be the same still maintain a semblance of whatever their nature was beforehand.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to me,
Which also means that if you are a bad person and bring bad energies into a place, it's more likely to end up shitty for everyone that comes after you.
Yeah.
So don't forget to burn your Ouija boards and throw the dust into the river.
and all of your dildos
Thank
and
you.
fleshlights. Why? I just wanted to throw that out there. It sounds
Hey,
like
that's some help.
Trifesta's ghost hamsters on the wheel again.
That's his ghost hamster.
That's the bats. That's the bats from hell.
Weak.
Alright, well, I mean, we hit it to like an hour and 22 minutes.
Because
We
it's
could
such an
keep going.
interesting topic. I can talk about ghosts all day.
I mean,
Shit, we never even got to the point of Bigfoot.
Oh, God, I have an entire
Bigfoot.
road
Don't get my
topic.
mom in that shit. She loves Bigfoot.
Do you
Fucking,
guys
she's a
wanna
big
go for, like,
believer.
3 hours?
Aw.
So
I can
we
talk
got this
days.
hill. Oh God, I have a story about a haunted road, wendigos, and a graveyard.
Mine's in Clinton Road, New Jersey.
Nah, this road's more haunted than that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it goes up to a ghost town
What's the name of the
that's
road?
been sealed off by the government.
That's cool. Nothing ever happens out here. We have a
There's
hotel where someone died. That's it.
there's a
We just have an
graveyard
insane
with
asylum
a,
where people got tortured.
like there's a graveyard with a bunch of marked and unmarked graves, but everyone in that area just up and disappeared at one point. The potholes on the road fucking move.
Ooh.
Yeah, see, see, that's the thing. That's the same thing with Clinton Road, though. The potholes
we
move,
found-
the turns move. They have random
Yeah.
lights in behind them. That's the same thing in Clinton Road, New Jersey. I wanted to drive because I'm only like 2 hours away from that road. I wanted to
always
go over
found,
that
like,
road.
The lower half of a deer's leg just sitting in the road.
Yep, same deal in Clinton.
You go on
Found
that
a pigeon's
road.
head just in my backyard.
I went up there with a friend, right?
Arrowhead.
Uh, You know, we ate pizza, hanging out on this haunted ass road, watching over the cemetery because there was people over there. It's like when you're there, it's really weird because on the drive up, there's like hills and shit, and you can watch the train go up and down and all that crap. When you're up on the road and you look down, everything's flat, just abnormally, completely flat, and you get the sense you're being watched no matter how far away from that road you get. Like,
I feel that right now.
it's a fun place to go, man.
I feel like somebody's watching me right now, though.
I am watching you. Shut up.
No. Besides that,
I've been getting that feeling since like maybe half hour ago.
Well,
my cat keeps looking back too, and I'm just
the
like, okay.
Sometimes I'll walk by the window, Domo, or try. I walk by the window. I turn around because I swear to God I saw red beady eyes looking at me. I swear to God, every fucking time I look back in the window, okay, there's nothing there. But the first time I swear I saw red beady eyes looking at me. You know, just glowing red eyes. You know what I mean? Just looking at you.
Yeah. I mean, I think we've talked about aliens and a bit too much about ghosts. Why don't we actually start about cryptids?
What?
What?
Cryptids, like Bigfoot.
Like mythical creatures.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, Bigfoot. Well, I mean, fuck, we could throw the Slender Man in there.
Nessie.
Oh, God. I do believe the Loch Ness Monster, because I'm going to catch that bitch one day.
I mean, Earth is filled with so many mysteries, too. I mean,
yeah, fuck.
If that water is deep enough, or if maybe there's some sort of, like, hidden place.
What do you think they made
even if there's, like, some sort of hidden place, you know, that it can sneak into, you know what I mean? That we just cannot find. How do you know? Maybe we just can't find it.
No, we will. We will.
The entire bottom of Loch Ness has been mapped completely.
By humans.
Well, I'm sure the Loch Ness died at this point. He's probably like, nobody found me! Then he died.
I mean, I would have died of embarrassment if somebody caught me on that shitty phone. Anyway.
Who's that, a fucking
Nokia?
The thing is,
one of the things that makes these creatures exist, regardless of whether they physically exist, is that they exist in the imaginations of people.
Well,
people have a wonderful way of doing that.
That goes. I was having this conversation, and it goes with movies. You know, it's like Transformers or Marvel. Why was this movie made in the first place? It's because these people have a powerful imagination, or they physically saw something in their life. I don't know. It could be anything. Well, it could be a multiple.
It's one of my favorite things from the Harry Potter books.
Big fucking Gryffindor coming after you.
Like, one of the only things I actually like is Peeves.
Peeves?
Peeves is not actually a ghost, although for all intents and purposes they treat him like one. Peeves is the culmination of teenage angst and imagination from years and years of Hogwarts existing.
Kind of makes sense.
Imagination is a hell of a magic trick.
Yeah, it is.
All the kids in my comments are going to be like, what's Trifesta talking about?
It's called playtime.
DoMo and Brutality are too simple. Maybe they're just retarded, but Trifesta is like fucking overly educated.
Well, here's a fun thing to think about.
You're going to haunt me when you're dead?
Your mind is an amazing place. If you believe something hard enough, it happens. But it might only happen to you.
It's only going to happen. It's going to happen to you in an illusion, because it's like...
If you can convince yourself that your imaginary friend actually exists, then they will be there, but only you'll be able to see them.
Yeah.
It's a medical condition.
And unfortunately, with society, you're considered crazy at that point, because, but I don't see them. I'm like, yeah, but it's real to me. You know what I mean? Just like religion or ghosts or aliens, it's real to that person. It's real to them. Why judge them because you don't believe? You know what I mean?
But the other thing is, that brings up a great point.
No, try. You're not going to get a Campbell girlfriend. Stop. Try and stop.
I was going to say that brings up a great point about cryptids. Because some people want them to exist so much, and they go out into the forest to try and find them, that they 100% believe that they saw them.
Just like my mom one day. My mom got calls and everything.
May or may not, because even if everyone else that was there could have sworn that they saw them, it's impossible to prove that they did or did not, since lie detectors don't really work how they're supposed to.
They really don't. They're not very great.
See,
people can convince themselves that things happen that don't. And I know that for a fact, because at this point, I don't know what the fuck to believe.
Yeah, so that's how I am. It's, to me, if you think about Bigfoot, it's either A, gotta be a very hairy fucking man, really hairy, big fucking man, or B, just a fucking big ape. Oh, what for?
That's why it's always good to try to think
much.
logically after something happens. Like either you see something, it's always good to try to debunk it, think logically afterwards. And if you can't think of any possible way,
Domo.
The thing is, well, maybe I saw something.
Yeah, Domo, you have a ghost cat sitting next to you.
Your eyes are literally fooling themselves 100% of the time, because they take data that they know and data that they see and merge it together to create an image that you can understand. So, if something happens that you cannot process, your brain says, well, I know this, and I know this, so I'll put them together.
Alright, Troy, I got what you're saying there. But what about people like you and I that just fucking still gotta question it?
Dude, I question everything.
That's what I'm saying.
You don't see what I actually see.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, we all see different things
too.
Well, we all question things. I mean, that's the whole beauty of life.
Our brains are also hardwired to see things like other human faces and the shapes of creatures. So if we see a shadow that vaguely resembles something, then our brain will say, hey, that's probably something. Understand that?
I mean,
I get that, but
yeah, I do get that.
Not necessarily true. The first thing you're going to look around, and you're just going to look and be like, "Hey, is that the TV making a shadow?" Or what's going on? But I feel like if you're in a hallway with no light, where there's no chance of a reflection or anything like that, and you just see something come right across from you, you're going to be like, "Where'd that come from?"
See, yeah, and that's how I am, Domo. I will still question that. The problem with me, I will question every goddamn fucking thing. I will not admit anything I see, even though if I do see it. Domo, I can see you butt naked in front of my face. I'll still deny it. Put it that way.
So our eyes have a very interesting quality to them, where when you're looking at something, you don't stare in one place. Your eyes are moving constantly to pick up different angles of everything. But in doing so, when you're in a completely dark space, a lot of the times people will say that they see blurry lines or whatever when it's completely dark. That's because your eyes are actually picking themselves up slightly when they're looking around.
Oh yeah,
because
definitely.
Because the motion, when your eyes make a motion, it also creates a small amount of energy that's picked up by your optical nerves. Which is why, when you close your eyes, you can still see stuff because it's somewhat ingrained in your optical nerves. But then if you, rub your eyes, it turns white.
Try. I have my eyes closed. I see nothing but black. What are you talking about?
Your eyes, when they become stressed, when it's completely dark, they become more stressed. So they actively try to see things, even if they're there.
That's Try's ghost. That's his ghost girlfriend.
Yeah. Stop talking about me.
Try. I did not know you have a ghost girlfriend. Damn. I believe now. I believe.
If I did, I'd be bragging and
oh fuck. I mean, yeah. I mean, fuck. You and I are just being our own fucking late night cast. Just you and I. I'll interview you and everything. I'm like, so Trifesta, how did you meet this one?
Dude, I better be part of that too. Damn, I'll be like, man, I want to see that
What's
shit.
the whole point of a single interview, Domo, when you're here?
Move a cup. Do it. You won't.
I mean, I already know you have a ghost cat over there.
I do have a
Your
ghost
other cat just looks.
I have several. So one of my cats
It's
his
an
name was
asshole,
Tiger.
like all of ours.
No, I've never had a cat that was an asshole, actually.
Well, lucky you.
One of my cats, his name was Tiger. He
Lucky.
used to hang out in my bedroom all the time. He's more chill and doesn't show up very often. The one that shows up very often, her name is Magic. She's a little black cat, and she's a mouser. She hangs out and shows up in the corner of my vision like
Of course,
at
it's
least
gotta be
once
the
a day.
bitch cats. Yeah, you hear that, Ariel? I'm talking about you.
I get that. I
She
feel
died
like.
2.5 years ago.
Oh.
No, like 3 years ago now.
But he still loves her.
I still love all my old animals. I really think
I
that
still love my
cat,
old. Like,
Mr. Business is like half part of my old cat's soul, you know, got into him with his personality and everything like that. Because there's a lot of similar traits that are just,
you know, what's funny?
it's too weird to, to not notice it. You know what I mean?
And that brings me with animals and how they transfer bodies. Because my mom and dad have a pit bull boxer, right? It's a very lovable dog. But I could swore he has my old Rottweiler and German Shepherd and Chihuahua inside of him. Because he acts like all three of them. I was like...
I mean, it's a
You talk about
possibility.
ghosts too much.
Well, it's because Ghost is I must say... I mean, as much as people love aliens, I think Ghost is more talked about than aliens, if you think about it. Aliens are still interesting, so are mythical creatures, but if you look what's more talked about... I mean, fuck, they made Paranormal Activity. What are they up to, like 4 they made or something like that?
I'm gonna go get food and
Fun
I'll be
movie
right back.
series.
I mean, do you really want to get food now? 'Cause in the middle of her... This is the story of my fucking life.
I mean, I believe, paranormal ghosts and stuff
Yeah,
like that,
40
are talked about more because a lot more experiences happen of that. It's just a lot of people are just like, oh, it was the wind. But, other people, some other people, they'll knock their own drink over and be like, oh, who did that?
It's going to have food. But yeah.
I think that there's a lot more things. Plus, it's a scary thing. It's part of death. It's a scary thing. That's why you have a lot of haunted attractions. You have a lot of horror movies, that are, paranormal activity, the haunting, all this stuff, of ghostly things because it's a scary thing. Yeah. But
it's also interesting.
Like, it's, I mean, people also experience stuff too. I feel like because there's so many people out there in the world, there's so many dead people out there in the world. A lot of people I do believe just got reincarnated into whatever the fuck they want, or they were just happy to move on to whatever sort of happiness afterlife that they have. There's going to be a lot of people who died from unfinished business, and those are the people that come from the hangings, the butcherings, murders, and stuff like that. Personally, I feel, that are just going to stick around and be like, some of them probably don't even know that they're dead. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people at Penhurst, are just like, they see the hospital as it was when they were there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
But they don't know the happenings that are around them.
Yeah, they're not up to the year that we're on. Because when you die, I always think when you die, you get stuck in that room or that area where you died at. Like, if you died in the middle of Times Square in New York, you're going to live only in Times Square. That's it. You can't get out of it. You're just going to live in that loop. Live in that loop for every time you die. You know what I mean? There's just multiple reasons, multiple conspiracies, multiple fucking predictions of what death is. Death is inevitable. It's
Yeah, I mean, I have a friend in Massachusetts who has this theory. He doesn't believe in ghosts, actually, but he believes in the essence of their presence. So if you were to die to leave like a major impact or anything like that, you know, I believe he believes that they kind of stay in like not the actual like person who died or anything, but like their essence, their emotion. You know, like let's say someone gets murdered in a basement. That emotion of them getting murdered in that basement and everything like that, that energy that's still there, you know, it just kind of repeats itself over and over again. Doesn't necessarily mean that the person who died is like repeating it over and over again, but you know, the emotion
of it,
and
yeah,
the energy.
yeah.
It's hard to explain because
It's
I'm still trying to understand it myself.
everything's confusing. There's a movie that, I don't know, you might want to check it out. It's a movie, you had death and you had life. Alright, so it was based off this girl. And she was talking to this person that was basically a ghost. But it turned out, at the end of the movie, she was dead the whole time, talking to the living. Basically, it showed, you know how you always see living talk to the ghosts and all that? It showed the other side of what ghosts would be saying to the human.
I'm back.
It was a pretty
Like
neat.
Sixth Sense too.
It was a pretty neat. Yeah, but it was a pretty neat story because they always say, "Oh, ghosts are gonna be violent. Ghosts are gonna be all that." I mean, no, not necessarily. Sometimes ghosts are just stuck in this place, or ghosts are just here all the time, and this is all they're living in. And then they're trying to reach out, trying to escape it. You know what I mean? They're trying to escape their world, just like we're trying to escape our world. So it's like we are dead already. You know what I mean? And then you got people that.
I guarantee you,
The living and the dead are just too
more
connected.
violent.
Violent?
Ghosts in space, what?
Violent? Did you just say?
Ghosts in space are more violent.
Because they die violently?
No, I guess it's just because
Yep.
they just die, yeah. I mean...
Dying in space is either the most terrifying, long, drawn-out thing, or the most painful, quick thing possible. You have just enough time to realize what's happening.
Yeah, that's the thing, yeah. When you die in space, I mean, you have, I think, a couple seconds.
Is it drowning very similar to that too?
Very similar, yeah, but drowning's a little longer. Where in space, you drown quicker, basically. But you can tell that you're drowning, but it's just like, and you're just dead. Just
Yeah,
simple
don't
as
your
that.
eyes pop and everything too
Yeah,
from pressure?
yeah, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
The thing is, there's two ways of dying in space. Either you lose compression and you die from the vacuum of space and the cold, or you drift away from your spaceship and you have hours of air to just sit there floating before you pass out.
While your co-pilot's back in the fucking spaceship masturbating to porn.
Or anal probing by aliens.
Yeah. Alright.
Hi, Bobby. Shh. I'll feed you soon. Go lay down.
Alright, I know fucking, it said that we had almost like an hour and 42 minutes. I know we could probably fucking talk about this for hours.
Maybe we should have a part
Next
2.
episode.
we could definitely have a part 2, because I even thought the same thing with cell phones. We could have a part 2 in cell phones at some point, because there's a lot
part
more I
2.
could say. A lot more.
Part 2 is going to be SCP Foundation.
Oh man, I could talk about that for days. That's all I've
Oh
been
no,
watching lately.
I don't think
SCP.
that'll be in Supernatural. I think that'll just be in straight in like a fucking in its own category.
Dude, it's supernatural.
It is
hell,
supernatural. Well, I mean, I guess it could be. Well, then again, we got fucking stuck in ghosts for the last fucking hour and a half.
Well, it's the more interesting topic because we've had a lot.
It is,
you know,
but
each of us have had more experiences with that than Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, and all that shit.
But yeah.
I mean, the SCP Foundation has everything from God himself to locks of people's hair. Like,
Jesus Christ.
it's
We gotta get
It's a-
Mr. Fion
it's a
saying
very
that because
big
apparently he likes watching that. But yeah, but yeah, fucking. I mean, whoever watches this fucking video, I don't know who the fuck will even watch this video, because I know I got in the last one we made the cell phones one. We only got 3 views. assholes.
I mean, I've been called an SCP before. Isn't that fun?
But, think you can just throw your fucking comment down in the description. Tell your opinion. What do you think about ghosts? Have you got anal probed? Have you seen a ghost? Like the ghost above!
Or Bigfoot.
Or Bigfoot. Or the
Or
Loch
even
Ness
anal
Monster.
probe by Bigfoot.
Or the Abominable Snowman. Which is practically isn't that like practically an iceberg fucking Bigfoot?
That'd be really cold.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. It could be Eddie's mom sometimes. That could be a mythical creature.
Who knows?
Eddie watches this and says, "Fuck you, Brutality!" It's true.
If you haven't watched it yet, watch Troll Hunter. It's fucking hilarious.
I've seen that on YouTube. I was gonna watch that. I know Logan.
You should watch it. It's really good.
Yeah. Loco and I were talking about. I guess Loco and Try watched it without me because him and I were talking about it before. I don't know. I had no interest in it. The title just not interest me.
I watched it without Loco.
Yeah,
Oh, you did watch that
one?
one. Wait, did Loco watch it then? I thought he said he watched it.
I think we both watched it separately.
Oh, I mean, guess you guys did then.
I watched it when it first came out. It's like, okay.
Great, now we're talking about Troll Hunter.
Anyway, we should probably end your stream.
Yeah, let's probably end this fucking recording. I mean, yes, maybe, I mean, if fucking I get fucking views for once in fucking his YouTube, maybe I should be a fucking top 10 YouTube algorithm. This fucking algorithm sucks. I know Loco will love to be in that. Maybe Richard too. Yeah, it's rigged because, I mean, my shorts are getting more views than my actual fucking upload videos, like Late Night Cast or my clips. It's fucking weird. I guess people want to only see 15 seconds of comedy. I don't know.
They really do. People have short attention spans.
Kids.
Seconds
It's always kids. Because 75% of the viewers are kids. 25% are adults who have no life. Sort of like us. I mean, yeah. No offense, Try. No offense,
we can play a game or something.
Well, other than that, yeah, I'm gonna fucking end it here. This has been an hour and 46. But yeah, so
I think the next time you should make the topic very shorter.
I don't think our topics are gonna ever be short because the more people that we have, I mean, Domo, you have your opinion. Try, you have your opinion. I have my opinion. We all have our different opinions. It's just.
I have my opinion.
I'm trying. I mean, 2 hours max. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I don't think nobody ever will want to watch an hour. So, 2 hours is fine. It'll be fine.
People watch like
weird shit.
3 to 4 hour videos.
Yeah, well, they skip
5
through
hour
it.
videos.
Probably gonna skip through it with me holding my nipple or something. I don't know. Fucking see some weird shit.
I think you'd probably get more viewers if you were to play D&D, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, that's fucking besides Late Night Cast. Anyways, I'm gonna end my fucking recording here. But till next time, fucking Domo, Trifesta, and Capt Brutality signing out for now. Adios. What the fuck's my goddamn fucking end button?